last time we talked about the Buddhist, what do you say, form and emptiness. There's form and emptiness. But Advaita would say that there's the personal and the impersonal. There's the normal mundane ego self that you know very well. That's the one with all the stories about how hard your life is and how, you know that dreary one, occasionally a little triumph, and then back to the sad story. This is the personal drama that we all carry. But the great beings say that that's not all there is to us. There's another narrative, which is of the higher self, which says that none of this lower self really can touch the highest truth, which is within us. That the personal self or the ego self is where the mind operates. It's our mental understanding of ourselves, but actually we have a higher identity. And this is the Atman, or the inner self. And different paths approach these two parts of the truth differently. So the path of devotion says, I am the ego self, I am weak, and God is the higher self. So I turn to God, I love God, and I beg God, and I implore God, and I serve God, and I sing His praises, and maybe He'll help me. And I hope I get His grace. So that's the path of devotion. The path of wisdom sometimes says that my personal self really doesn't exist. That I don't exist as a person, that's an illusion. This is what Advaita Vedanta says. Your personhood doesn't exist, that only the self is real, the true self, Brahman, is real. The ego, it doesn't exist at all. Your personal lives, your personal personality, your mundane drama does not exist. You do not exist in this horrible story that you keep telling yourself, your endless soap opera. I always like to ask people, what literary form are they? Are they a soap opera, a sitcom, a mini-series, an epic poem, a sonnet? What are you? Anyway, I'll leave that for you to consider. But so Advaita Vedanta says this aspect does not exist at all. Only the higher truth exists. And as soon as you still your mind, this wrong truth will disappear. Then others say, they all deal with these two realities. Kashmir Saivism might say, not that the personal self doesn't exist, but they say you have your personal drama. You are that personal drama, but there's more to you than that. There's more to you. There's a higher aspect to yourself. And if you can connect with that higher aspect, then and access it and connect with it and bring that energy into your life, you can transform your life. If you subordinate your personal drama to the higher truth, then everything works very well. So there are all these different points of view that you can take on these two realities. But tonight we're going to be Advaitans. I invite you to Advaita. All right? So we take on the attitude of Nisargadatta Maharaj, which is that you do not exist. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you do not exist. Only the self is real. So understanding that, you can understand his perspective. You don't have to argue with it. It's very healthy to take this on occasionally. Because, why is it? Because we spend so much time giving reality to our personal drama in every possible way, and we give it so much reality, and we're dragged down by it, and we feel its heavy weight on our shoulders, don't we? It's heavy weight. And so this is a radical surgery. You just say that it doesn't exist.